Hey, what's up, guys? It's Art Book Addiction here, and we're back with the artist's journey. And in today's episode, we're going to be covering the subject matter of family, right? Before we get into the video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and check out my prints and the links below, right? It'll really help out the channel. With all that said, let's get into this, right? So, when it comes to family, in regards to the artist's journey, right? They could be, it's a double-sided sword, right? There is, like, sometimes they could be extremely helpful, right? And in other cases, they could be extremely harmful. It really depends on, like, you know, how supportive you are, or your family is, of your artistic endeavors, right? I know that there's a lot of people who've had, like, you know, creative parents, right? And when you have a creative parent, they're much more inclined to understand the journey that you are going on, right? And your experience, and, like, your downs and ups, right? But for, like, I feel like a lot of us, including myself, right? I have working class parents, right? I have parents who they didn't do art. They didn't do anything creative. They're you know, like I said, working class, and as a result, they and, like, you know, to be fair, they don't see the value of it, but, like, they don't see the value of art, and, like, it's understandable, right? But, like, because, you know, like, art isn't, like, you know, I'm sure they've seen a lot of artists themselves, or they don't understand how art makes money, and to them, like, a creative field doesn't lend itself to, like, a comfortable life, right? Or yeah, because, like, you know, this stereotype of the starving artists, and because of that thought process being perpetuated, as a result, you're gonna get a lot of shit. You know, that's just it. You know, like I said, really depends. It's a spectrum. You know, like whether you're gonna get it bad or you're gonna get it good, right? But most cases, you're gonna get some shit, right? Because at the end of the day, like, they're just worried for you, right? I don't know. Like I said, it just really depends. But for them, it's like there's risk. Okay. There's risk, and to us, it's like that's what makes it worth it, right? Like, that the fact that there is, like you can make it or you cannot. You could, you know, there's you're betting on yourself, right? And that's huge, right? And it feels very uplifting, but at the same time, you know how it is with financials, right? It may not be the best for a while until you get your community started rolling, you know, or you could finally get that industry job that you were looking for. It's difficult, okay? It's very difficult. It's very emotional especially when it's tied to your family, because, like, it's one thing to have people who are just, like, you know, like either other artists or just other people, like, they criticize your work or something like that, right? But when it's your family, when it's someone who's, like, close to you by blood, it makes a difference, you know, and it's much more inclined to be more painful, right? And so with that, there's the need to be, that's where the perseverance comes, right? And perseverance means that, like, you know, it's like, to be honest, it could just be straight up stubbornness, right? To believe in your vision, to go past what others judge you for what you do for, right? If you legitimately feel like you have a good idea and you want to pursue it, right, to the ends of the earth, then, like, you should go for it, man. You know, it's the most, like to me personally, right? Like family and like my love for family, my love for art are on two different spectrums, right? But like, if I'm honest to myself, right, I feel like to me, the art is more important. You know, like your family, of course, they're important. You know, they helped you, they brought you here, they got you there. But like, art is what you chose. You know what I mean? Art is what you decided. Like, this is the cross that I will bear for the rest of my life, right? It's like, and like to them, it's like, oh, it's a career choice. But like, I feel like for artists, it's almost like a religious experience, right? Like a spiritual thing, right? It's like akin to like, oh, we want you to believe in a different religion than you do, right? And we're like, no, because like, you know, like I said, I've said this before, but like to me, like art is almost like a religion to me, right? And it's not in the same vein as like, you know, there's rules and all that stuff, but it's just like more of like a spiritual thing, right? And to me, that's very important, and I know to a lot of people that's extremely important, right? Once you've reached a certain threshold, it becomes a lot more spiritual and like about itself, right? And like about the process, and it no longer, like, you know, like for us, it's no longer about like gaining, right? It's about progressing, growing, right? And as a result, you know, there's the clashing, right, of like the need for revenue, and then the need for artistic fulfillment, right? And those things might clash, right? They don't have to, but they will. You know what I mean? They will, especially when it comes to your family, right? And to deal with that is like, we're all dealing with it, okay? Like, I think that to me, that's a big comfort for me, like knowing that like there are so many other people dealing with it, and like it doesn't have to be specifically art. It could be like music, it could be YouTube, it could be film, right? Like there's so many different like avenues for this thing to be applicable, right? And what I wanted to say is like, if you have family, right, who, like, for example, they are younger than you, right, and you could see them, like you could see like the machinations of like of creation, like, oh, I want to do this, you know, you notice that they're a creator, right? You notice that they don't fit quite well, you know what I mean? Like, and personally, from my experience, right, what I try to do is to support those people, right? Because, like, you know, if you're creative, you know for yourself that you're gonna get shot on all sides, dude. You're gonna be getting a lot of negative feedback, right? Not when it comes to like critique, but when it comes to like, oh, you're gonna be an artist, dude? Like, what? Well, then how are you gonna get paid, dude? How are you gonna get money, dude? How are you gonna do this? How are you gonna live your life, right? It's and like, you know, we know that there's plenty of artists who do that, you know, and it's like history has proven many times, but like, because of the stigma, the reputation, right, of the artists, right, the starving artists, we're gonna get hit like that, right? And it's like, you know, like I said, I can't emphasize this enough. It's gonna get ugly, right? Uglier than you think, okay? Uglier than you think, but you have to remain strong, right? And like I was saying before, if you have someone who's like a little bit younger, a little bit earlier on the artist's journey, right? They're not as far as you. I think it's important for you to encourage them, right? Tell them like that it's worth it. It's worth the fight. You know, it's like because like I said, they're getting bombarded just as much as you, right? You know, maybe not, maybe they are, but like either way, encouragement, right? Despite skill level, right? I think it's always important to encourage that here, because at the end of the day, you're one of the few people who are gonna get it, you know? I have very few family members that like are artistic in nature, So the ones that are, right, they talk to me and they tell me, like, you know, one, that like they're never gonna get it, right? As in like the other family, right? The family's never gonna get it. Your family's never gonna get it, right? Because that's not what they're meant to do, right? The part of the artist's journey is the struggle with the family unit, right? That is part of this. That is part of the artist's journey, right? Maybe it's not part of your artist's journey, but like for a lot of us, okay, including myself, that is definitely part of the artist's journey. It's a huge mountain to climb, okay? But at the end of the day, you should. That's why you should support your other familial artists, okay? Because, like I said, if they get the disapproval of like so many other people, right? You should be the one to like approve of it, right? Even if you don't really like, even if it's not like the like oh dude, I see something here. I think it's really important for you to just encourage them, because you never know, right? That's what I've learned through my research. Like, you never know when someone's just gonna, you know, like click, right? And then they start producing the work that you are impressed by, right? And that you think like there's value in this, right? And wherever you are on your artist journey, right? I hope you guys are encouraged as well. I hope you guys feel like, you know, this is right now, like this is a brotherhood, okay, or sister or whatever, this is a group, okay, that we should support each other, basically, you know, that we should encourage each other, because at the end of the day, we're gonna be getting fire from everywhere else, right? And so, you know, to the artists out there, keep going, man. Keep doing it. If you really care about it, you really think it's gonna work, do it. You know, I'm telling this to you as much as I'm telling it to myself, right? As I'm telling it to my family, my artistic family members, right? It's really, really important, you know. And like I said, if you encourage that person, it's so much more impactful than if like somebody else does it, because then like you're showing that, like, you know, within the family unit there are people who understand you, right? And vice versa, that you understand them, right? And then, like, you know, like there's the rest of them that are like, they're not gonna get it, right? But you guys do, right? And that is so important, right? So if you guys have any family members who are artistic in nature, like they want to, like, I want to be a jazz musician, or I want to make videos, or I want to do this, I want to make art, you know, right? It's your job to encourage each other, right? Yeah, I've said that repeat, but I just want to emphasize how important it is, okay? And like, no matter what the medium is, that you do it, okay? Yeah. I might talk more about family later. I might not even mention it ever again. But for right now, these are my thoughts and opinions about family when it comes to the artistic journey, all right? Or the artist's journey, rather. Please, if you like the video, leave a like, right? Hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, tell me how you guys feel about, you know, family in regards to the artist's journey, right? Ring that bell for notification. Check out my prints in the link below, right? Please check out my prints, right? If you want to support the channel, the best way to support it is to purchase a print, right? And yep, I think with that, I'm gonna say all that bullshit, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks a lot.